All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to the first J Bros podcast. So we wanted to sit down, have a chat through things, go through some questions that a lot of people ask us. So, Jet, you want to add anything or?
Nah, just got the full pro set up.
Yeah, we got Daniel behind the camera helping us set out. Yo, it's media, what's good? But yeah, first sort of question a lot of people have is, how do we even start this? Because obviously we're pretty young. I'm obviously 21, you're 20.
Yeah.
How did it start? Because obviously you started it.
It was in probably late 2022. Literally just scrolling on TikTok. I literally found the video just before. Scrolling on TikTok, found this guy, and he just said best business to start when you're 16 years old. And I was like 15 at the time, so I was like, oh, this relates to me a little bit. Saw the video and it's like, start a detailing business and get recurring revenue, and just say, okay, I'm going to come clean your car once a month for $100. And then you got recurring revenue throughout the whole year.
Yeah. And then what, next day?
Next day, I literally, just nabbed mum's vacuum. It's like literally a handheld Dyson.
Yeah.
And then the yellow pressure washer we used to have. And then, went over to Dale's house, literally asked him to do his car. His car is cooked. It was like...
we'll get into those notifications later.
His car is cooked because he does dog breeding.
Yeah.
This is weird because you already know.
Yeah, no, but it's good just going through it.
Yeah.
And then what? Yeah, I remember you were doing that for a little while with Jairus. So J-Bro, shout out. And then we're just going back and forth to him. And because I remember I was working at Royal Pines at the hotel. So I was sort of like, I don't know about that. Like, yeah. And then you guys went and did, whose client did you do? Two cars?
It was from someone from school.
Right.
Someone's mum from school.
Right.
Had like a Prado and a little Suzuki Swift.
Yeah. And what, you went and did those. And then I remember during this time I was doing that study thing. Remember I was paying, it was this cooked thing. Yeah. Remember I was like, I signed up for the study, didn't even know what I was getting injected with. And I got paid like 10K for the study. And I remember I finished that. It was 10K. It was 10K for the study.
You used that money to do ABC?
Yeah, I used that money to do something else. And then, no, this is before that actually. And then I was not liking Royal Pines. And then I was like, stuff it. We'll just spend all this money I got. Not all of it, but spend like 3K. I remember I bought all the equipment.
That was like that was coming into 2023. 2022, Jairus and I just did like whatever cars. Because we got John before you.
Oh, okay. Oh, run them through how we got John then.
Yeah. So mum went to Bunnings to literally grab, I don't know if she's grabbing something for us, but she was grabbing supplies for the house.
Yeah.
And John was running the Bunnings sausage system. Yeah. I don't know what he was running for. Some fun.
And what does he own?
Fundraiser. He owns like 6 McDonald's around the Gold Coast. He's like absolutely loaded. And mum was getting sausages. She said to John, my boy's out detailing some cars. And he says, like that's crazy. My guy literally just left that does my cars. Yeah. He did them for like a couple of years. And then I'm not sure if she gave him my number. And then he reached out to me saying 2 BMWs. At the time it was BMWs because he didn't have the Aston yet. And then we just teed it up. We were so geeked because we were like, our first ever client has 2 BMWs in a rich suburb in Isle of Capri. And then, we teed that up.
Going out to golf?
No, it wasn't.
No? It was?
Yeah, it was in the golf.
Yeah.
We'll put the videos in as well. Literally had like a bucket of towels, like super cheap auto towels, some really shitty wash, the vacuum, the pressure washer, and mum's leaf blower because we thought we were going to need that. I don't know why.
No, that was handy though.
And literally just showed up at his house in like Crocs, singlets, and shorts, which is stupid now that I think about it. Bad first impression. And he just let us do his cars. We probably there's no experience behind it at all, but we were just like,
straight fluke in it.
And he was fortnightly or monthly?
Fortnightly, yeah.
Fortnightly client for like 2 years until we moved down to Burleigh.
He moved out of his house into an apartment and just didn't have a wash payment.
Yeah, no, he moved into an apartment. Yeah. We couldn't do his car.
So what, you were doing that, you and Jairus were doing that for a while, and then it was like, I think it was around like November-ish when I was doing that study. And I got that first payment of like $3,000.
Yeah, and we were like, okay, this is actually going to, like, we were starting to bring a few clients in, like that client you were talking about. Like, and we thought, oh, it actually might be worth it.
And then what?
Some money into this.
Then we bought like everything, just vacuum. We kept the pressure washer. We got like proper
probably
short
dropped
gun.
just under $1,000.
And then no, it was like 3K. We got not the air compressor.
No, because I got the air compressor for my birthday.
Yeah, it was heaps of stuff. And then I remember we went to New Zealand in January, and then we came back and we got the first uniforms. We actually started breaking everything in, and then obviously your birthday, I told the boys to get you an air compressor, and we had this like 20-liter.
New Zealand was last year.
No, it wasn't. That was Canada last year.
I went to New Zealand the same year.
Yeah, no, but New Zealand with the family.
Oh, yeah, Queenstown, New Zealand.
Queenstown.
Yeah.
And then, we came back and it was obviously your birthday. And I told the boys the present they should get you is that air compressor. We had that 20-liter Unimac air compressor.
We still have that. We still have
for ages, like literally lasted for ages. And then we were doing everything out of my car. We had like the air compressor. We'll see if we have the actual video of it all. I'm pretty sure I do. The air compressor in one of my seats, everything in the back, and like every single job we'd have to take
all the videos,
everything out, set it up, and then put everything back in.
Yeah, the only thing that stayed in the car was the air compressor on one seat well.
Yeah.
And then we had the reel inside a bucket inside the other foot. It actually worked really well.
Yeah.
Because you just pull it out.
Yeah.
With some when did we get the signage?
Oh, we got the little decals on the back of like Vistaprint for like $30 for like when was that? That was I think maybe probably March 2024. No, 2023. No, 2024 because you were in school 2023.
We got the sign. Oh, I had the sign. Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it was like 2024. We had the signage on both cars, but we were just using my car, and then we were going around. At this point, like we weren't busy at all. We were doing like maybe
like 4 or 5 cars a week.
Yeah,
like we were geeked when we had 1 car a day.
Yeah, I remember the first $1,000 week. I was just like, can you believe that we are making $1,000 by ourselves?
Yeah, and we weren't putting any. Oh, we were putting money back in, but
not putting a lot.
Actually, no. All the money we got was putting back into buying new equipment. Because when we first started, all we cared about was what chemicals, like Koshkemi and stuff.
Until we realized it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
And then since then, we like thugged that out for ages. And then I actually left for a bit, did ABC, did like a course online, learned sales and marketing, and pretty much just dipped for like how long you reckon?
You just dropped out.
It was like, I slowly fizzled out. I remember because I was doing that on the side and then I broke my arm and I couldn't help you.
Oh, I was going to say roll the clip, but like we don't have a clip.
Broke my arm. Roof. And then you were just doing it all by yourself. Well, I was doing that for probably like 8 months. 8 months to a year around then.
Yeah.
And then, I decided to not enjoy
in the room the whole day.
Taking that many sales calls.
And you were still taking commission. You were taking like 5%. I would give you like, we had some really good weeks.
Yeah.
And you would just be sitting in your room and I'll be like, yeah, here's your cash.
Yeah, it's like $100.
$100, $200 cash.
No, it was never like 200.
It was. When I was the real good weeks, you were getting like, I was getting pissed off because I was sitting in my room giving up all the cash.
And then, because I remember when I was still doing that, that's when we joined with Kian. So we joined like J-Bros and then his was Clean Coast. And we sort of joined businesses and that started bringing in a lot more work. And we started going through that. And then him and you were doing big weeks. And then, he obviously started working away. And it was just you dugging out all the work, doing some solid weeks. And then that's when we went down to Sydney because we were thinking about getting the van. Because at this point we had my car going out and then the ute as well, if I ever needed to help you. And then you had...
Well, we had the ute before the van.
Yeah.
Were we using the ute before the van? We were, right?
Yeah. And then we had Austin going out in the ute. And
Shout
then,
out Austin.
And then...
he's got his own media company now.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, yeah, true. And then you were going out in my I-30 and then we're like, stuff it, let's look for a van. And then we found a Peugeot partner down in Sydney.
No. We saw this van on the road one time and I was like, that looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
We need to get one of those because all the other vans just look ass. Like not I-30, what are they called? I-loads.
Yeah.
It's look goofy.
Yeah.
And then all the LDV vans, they're way too big. The Caddies look cool, but they're kind of pricey being a European car.
Yeah.
And their engines are just like...
Not the best.
We saw this Peugeot partner on the road and I was like, we need to get fucking one of those. You were like, oh, no.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
And then we were just looking, found one in Sydney for 21.
It was around there,
2022, 21,000. And at this point we were like, we were getting heaps of clients. We were like, fuck it, we need a van.
Yeah, upgrade. So then we headed down.
Booked a flight to Sydney.
And then you, Kian, and I all went down.
Yeah, and then we went to Urban Surf.
Yeah, that was a good trip.
Surfing. It was so cold. This was like peak winter as well.
It was peak winter. It was freezing. But then, picked up the van. I had to remember all the issues we had with trying to get the money sorted and everything, and the idiots at
bro.
the small little dealership. And then we got the van. We chilled around there. We had that apartment that I booked. We walk in there. That was terrible. That was so bad. They were like,
Bro, that looked like a mini casino when we walked in, and then you walk upstairs, and it was the most disgusting thing ever.
And then we dipped to another place, stayed there the night, and we got up, I remember, so early in the morning because Kian was flying back. So we dropped him to the airport
At like 4:30.
like 4:30 in the morning, and then we started like the 9-hour trip.
Yeah, we filled up. We filled it. I got a photo of the van. I got a photo of the van parked up at one of the petrol stations in Sydney. And we first got it with the New South Wales plates.
Yeah. And then drove 9 hours back, made so many stops at like Bunnings, because remember the back part wasn't put on properly. We had to fix the back divider part between.
Oh yeah, because it was like, picture like a delivery van. It had like no backing behind us. So we could hear all the road noise, all the clinking and clanking while we were driving. So then we stopped at Bunnings like probably halfway.
Yeah,
we were like 8 hours in. It was a 16-hour drive.
No, it wasn't. It was 9-hour drive.
9 hours.
And we were 4.5 hours in.
You sure?
Yeah.
Anyways, we stopped at a random ass Bunnings and got food as well. And with the cheat, they didn't put any bolts. They didn't put any of the hardware in. They just put this massive metal frame that we had to puzzle piece together. And then go into we made 3 different trips.
Into the same Bunnings.
Bro, we got to know all the workers there within the span of 20 minutes because we had to go back in 3 different times.
Yeah.
To find the right bolts to screw this thing onto the back of the cargo. And then we finally got it after like an hour.
Yeah.
And then it was a one-way trip back there. We went through the random rainforest. It's actually a really nice drive.
Yeah. That was so good. And then ended up getting back home at like 6 or something from like, I don't know. From the time when we left at 4,
we got home at 9.
Made a couple stops, got some food, and we got back at like, it's late. It was dark.
It was like 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
it was pretty good
dark
time to get home.
And then we were so geeked, and we just started getting everything out of the I-30 and putting it into the van.
Dumping it in there.
And like, it was
it's
so
the
not
worst use of
efficient.
space.
Yeah,
like it was
so
literally,
bad.
the van had just everything on the floor. I mean, that's all we had.
Yeah. And then we're just going in that out for a few weeks, and then we're like, okay, we need to get it set up. So we got Kian and his dad help us set it up. We got some plywood from Bunnings and like got it all laid out, set it up, and actually divided it in. Got that all set up and then got all the hose reels and stuff. And that was just so much more efficient. That was like the first like spec, like the Mark 1, like Iron Man, like Mark 1 kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like Mark 1. And then we upgraded the van, like Mark 2.
Like version 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we put like the carpeted, the marine carpet, blue flooring in it. That was fun.
That was a few weeks down the track.
Yeah, that was a few weeks down the track.
It worked fine with just the wood. It just looked weird because one piece of wood was like yellow, one piece of wood was like purple, one piece was black. Oh, and then we got the plastic like metal grate flooring on the thing.
Yeah.
That stuff was so good.
Yeah. And then we just kept thugging out. We were getting pretty busy with that. And then we hired a first employee, which is good.
J-Dog.
Yeah. It was good having someone go out in other jobs and help us with that. So we were in the van, he was in the ute going out. At this point, we're like scaling pretty well, and then kept going from there. And then
this is where they started to really ramp up social media.
Yeah, we started ramping up social media.
Not Canva templates, CapCut templates.
Yeah.
We actually started posting proper videos.
Yeah.
That was when Mint at Monday as well.
Yeah, Mint at Monday, we did that for like, I think it was 16 weeks. We would go out, clean someone's car for free on Monday, film it. That was so good, actually helping some people out.
We will get back to that.
Eventually.
Time to private
so busy. And then, we just kept going and going. And then we're like far out. We want to be pushing for more of the high-end jobs like ceramic coating, as mentioned, the PPF. So we're like, okay, like the next step's got to be a warehouse, because we even had some clients drop off their cars at our place.
Yeah. We actually got multiple. This was after we moved into the warehouse, but after we moved into the warehouse, we received multiple noise complaints from both neighbors on both sides, which are nice. But it got to a point, we were doing like 2 or 3 cars there a week, like pressure washers, air compressors, polishers.
Way too loud.
And even mum was getting ticked off, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But we were like, we need to get out of here. And even just all the equipment, like we were taking up half the garage with all the equipment, the chemicals. Yeah. We had all the chemicals set up on the side, the storage we have now.
Yeah.
On that side of the garage.
We're just taking over everything.
Yeah. And even for our employee at the time, he lived down in Miami. So it was a 25-minute drive up
to our place, pick up the car.
Just to come back down to do a job, which was fine because...
Yeah. Ended up working all right. we learned so many things, obviously with first employee and whatnot. And then we're like, yeah, okay, we've got to find a warehouse. We started looking on all these different real estate places. And then we found a couple that we had inspections on, and we literally put an offer. Remember that one in Southport? That dude was so small. Weird. This dude was so weird. He literally would just talk like, oh, hey, Jet. Yeah.
No. I would ask a question. I'd be like, have you had an interest? Yeah. A bit of interest throughout the last week.
Felt like a piss take. He was just so weird. And then we put in an offer for that because we were just so excited. He took 2 weeks to get back. And obviously in that span, we'd looked at other things. And then he ended up having a look at this place, which thank God, because this is like almost twice as big, but just a little bit more each week. Like the rent's not even that different. So we got approved for the other one and we said, no, we don't want that one anymore. And we actually found this one on Marketplace. Someone was just wanting us to take over the lease.
Yeah, it was literally a Marketplace listing. And yeah, we found it. Contacted them.
We was here the next day, sussed it out. We're like, okay, this is definitely it. Like such a good area in Burleigh. It's
the blokes over here literally just used the office space up where we are now.
Yeah.
Just
had our own gym downstairs.
And then had, gym set up and their motorbikes downstairs. And they didn't use it for anything else. Apparently their accountant was getting ticked off because they were renting this place out and not even using it.
And then we knew EBT, Adam Sullivan, was just around the corner. So we're like, oh, this is going to be cool. And then realised there's so many people actually in Burleigh, even just warehouses closed or just people, like it's just a good spot.
Just off the highway too.
Just off the highway. If people are sort of northern Gold Coast, are still happy to drive down. But now we can also capture like the northern New South Wales market. So it's been good just having all those different clients come in, new clientele. And we still obviously got the mobile units. We got the van and the ute that go out and do stuff. But we started pumping out more coatings. And then, we're in here. No one could, we're in here. No one could find the address because Maps was just cooking it. They take people like 5
Google
minutes.
Maps was fine.
Yeah, Google Maps was fine. Apple Maps and Waze was just taking everyone like 5 minutes around the corner. And we obviously didn't have signage. So that didn't help either. So we're just thugging it out here for a while. Had some good weeks. Had a couple of our biggest weeks ever, like late last year, early 2026. And then we started just getting stagnant, Like it was just like,
once we hit the warehouse, it just, because it was that big of an expense, we just started not going downwards, but it was just very, very, very steady, which was not what you want.
I mean, it's not bad, but not what we wanted.
We wanted to scale. We thought we would move into the warehouse and things would just go straight up, which was not the case.
Learned so much being here with just being smarter with money and things like that. But it just makes you work, Like you realize, we gotta.
You're not just working to get the money for yourself. You literally you have to make that money, otherwise you can't pay the bills.
Yeah. And then Jairus joined when he graduated late November 2025. And then we pretty much it was us two. And then obviously Kian was taking some of the sales calls and stuff like that. And Jairus and Jaden were out doing the mobile work. That was going right for a bit. But I reckon we got too ahead of ourselves with like hiring people when we could have still been doing some of the work, which obviously you want to find that middle ground of, all right, we obviously don't want to be doing this work forever, but we also need to be smarter with our money and not paying people when we could be doing that stuff instead and just using our time better. So that was good learning lessons with that. And then we ended up getting the signage and obviously
I cooked with that, by the way. There's a signage company literally right around not even around the corner, it's in the same complex. And I was like, why don't we just contact them, ask them to do their fleet cars, and then in return they do our signage.
Yeah.
And we did a pretty good contra deal. We're still doing their cars now. That was good because that cut the price in we paid a third of what we...
No, half.
It was half the price. And I mean, it's pretty quick. Their cars are clean now once a month.
And now we've got loyal clients as well.
Yeah.
And pretty much we haven't got everyone in the complex here and the 40 units, but we've got a decent amount of people who come to us to get it done.
Yeah, we've got good. Stagbit. Shout out Sam from Stagbit.
Yeah, absolute G.
He helped us do the van, a bit of the van stuff, and then mainly the ute setup as well. We ended up doing that.
Yeah.
And when we first moved in, we got told there was another gyms detailer in the area.
Yeah.
But we didn't know where he was. He had no signage. He had no website.
We couldn't even find him in here.
And then how we found him was some random bloke. We put up our first ceramic coating ad, by the way.
Yeah.
Our first ever ad, some guy named, not going to say his name.
We knew
the name how it was spelled. It was a very unique spelling of this person's name.
I remember you set it up, but what are the comments saying?
And the guy that we get our chemicals off knows this guy because he supplies him with chemicals as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
So he commented on our ad saying, these guys are 20-year-olds. They don't know what they're doing. Don't trust them with your pride and joy.
Yeah.
And we just started laughing.
We're like, no way.
Because at this stage, we were more or less taking the client base that he had. Not the client base he had, but the
not
client
even
base
intentionally
that
either.
Yeah.
Like we weren't going up and saying.
When we moved down here, we were pretty much bumped up to first or second on the rankings in Burleigh anyways.
And then, yeah, like he commented that. And we did a little bit of snooping to work out, okay.
And then we found out where he was.
Because like, yeah, all these different things lined up. We're like, okay, it's definitely him, which I thought was just crazy because he's like an older dude. And you'd think
we
like,
still haven't had a conversation with him.
Yeah,
he
like,
just kind of flicks us off.
Whenever we drive by, it doesn't even wave at you. Yeah. And you'd think like, okay, yeah, competition is competition, but like it doesn't have to be.
We even tried giving him work. Like it was a stage where we had too much work, and we tried to call him up saying like, "Do you want this lead?" And he said, "Oh, no." He didn't know who we were.
Yeah.
And then we told him who we were, and he just completely ignored us.
Ghosted us, and we're literally giving him work. And then he's just been a funny character to say the least. But
everyone in the complex agrees.
Then that's pretty much ended up where we are now. Obviously, fuel prices and whatnot. A couple of weeks ago, that was cooked. We had some pretty slow weeks.
Took a shot with that.
But then this last week was literally biggest week ever.
And then next week's even bigger than that.
Yeah.
So on track to be the biggest month.
Because he started pushing all the coding ads and really been trying to push that for the new car protection. Even just the older cars, just getting that done because it's obviously better for us, but like not only better for us, but better for the clients as well because they're getting more for the value of what they're paying. Yes, they're paying more, but they're getting far more value from it. So that's where we ended up like last week. Biggest week ever. Next week is even bigger than that.
And then the week after that's booking out with coding leads already. So
that's been good. We just got to keep thugging those out, dialing up on the phone, and then have GyrosP going out and all the mobile units and doing all the maintenance and whatnot.
Yeah. At this stage, our other business partner, Kian, was still getting leads from his website. And so this random guy contacted him through his website. I'm not sure how he still gets leads. And he said he was from a dealership, a Genesis dealership in Southport, which is right next to Tesla. I'm not sure if you know where it is. And they said they basically had a client where he wasn't happy with the paintwork. And then the dealership tried to fix the paintwork with a ceramic coating, but then they cooked the paintwork even more.
Yeah.
So this guy was like off his head. He said, the guy that was working there said this guy's like proper, like manic. And anyways, we went in to, do an in-person quote because it sounded pretty serious. Yeah. The car looked like pretty presentable. There was a few questionable things.
There's heaps of holograms and whatnot all over the car that they're trying to go on over with
they tried polishing
rotary buff and just left it terrible.
This is why you don't trust the dealership.
Yeah, they don't know. And then we quoted them. They said, "Yep, sweet." We went out to do the work for them.
We spent the whole day on the car because there was that much stuff that just kept popping up as we were doing the car.
We spent like 2 days on the car. First day was just getting it all sorted. And like they had a decent setup downstairs with the wash bay and all that stuff. The setup downstairs was just like all their products. It wasn't terrible, but like you can just tell some of the stuff was just dirty and not used. And tell them about how we saw the older fellas with the concierge.
Well, there was no washing machines or anything.
Yeah,
they were using the same buckets for like 6 cars in a row. And then we were kind of intently watching them while they were washing another car, another brand new car, by the way, with all these buckets. And this guy was drying the car with these shitty drying towels. Out of nowhere, he gets all sweaty and he goes like this.
With the drying
patting
towel.
himself down with
the same drying towel.
Yeah. Doing the door jams with it, everything. So these towels are just contaminated as all hell.
Crazy.
And drying these brand new cars with no protection on them.
These nice cars, these Genesis, like nice cars. These are
$90,000
$90,000 cars.
Yeah.
And nice. And then, we're having to fix all their work and then get it recoded. And that finally got done. And then that was just like the first run and it was so bad.
We actually contacted the guy we were contacting me with the whole time asking to do the work for them because we didn't say what we saw, but we kind of implied that their guys were doing a really bad job.
Just terrible. So like most of the time at the dealership, it's like either old concierge guys who they're doing the detailing work and it's like just not really what their job entails. Or you got some young people. We even had people comment in our comments saying they work for places where they're not allowed to do the job properly.
Yeah.
Like I remember even Jaden, our first employee, he used to work at a dealership, I'm not going to say which dealership, but he left because he didn't like that they didn't allow them to do the cars properly. So they always just cut corners everywhere. And it's not even us just taking shots at them to go, okay, sweet, bring us more work. It's just like,
well, their goal
that's the truth. We've seen it firsthand, and their goal is literally just make as much money as they can. So once they have your money, like
they want to get the car off.
They just want the car off their hands.
Once the car's off the dealership, that's not their problem anymore.
And then even the other day when I was out at Emma doing like the mini detail and our new monthly maintenance, she'd gotten brand new brand new BYD C-Line 7. Was so happy for it. Said it got ceramic coated everywhere. The interior was nice. Exterior looked good. Looked in pretty good nick. And then I start washing the car. Mirrors had no hydrophobics. There's literally no coating on the mirrors. The piano tiles on the gloss black piano tiles hadn't been polished. They're all still swelled up. The wheels weren't done. And I showed this to her and she said, no way. And I was like, yeah, like it's pretty common. Because she said the dealership coated everything, like interior, everything, pretty much everything we say we do and we actually do. They just hadn't done. And then it's been a couple of weeks later and she still hasn't heard back from them and hasn't got things done from our knowledge. We haven't.
Well, because the dealership just hypes you up. They think, they give you the car with all these packages, all these deals, you're all sorted. But then you get someone like us look at the car and we're like, this is horrible. Like either they've put a coating on it and not done the coating properly, or they haven't put the coating on and put some shitty spray wax that looks like a coating. And so most people, they don't know what a coating is supposed to do.
Yeah. And like even just things like swirl marks and whatnot, especially if you're taking it to like automatic car washes, amount of crap we've seen from those. The guys, I mean, it's not even the guys' fault who work at those automatic car washes, but they're just pumping out cars, all these nice Lambos and whatnot, and they're just ramming through them, just adding damage to it with all the harsh chemicals they use.
With no protection.
Even with protection, like they're just degrading their car with the protection they've had on there. It's just terrible to see. We just cringe every time we see it pass. Not even, like I keep saying, like not even because we are greedy and want to go, yes, let's make more money. It's just like far out. Now we're going to have to fix that work if they want to come to us. It's just,
which you're going to have to pay for.
Yeah, like,
by the way.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're going to have to pay for more. So like the logic of people always go with, okay, I'm going to cheap out and just get the work done. Like if you just follow that train of thinking, that train of logic down the line, you just end up spending more money anyway than if you just spend the money at the start, getting the new car, even if it's secondhand, getting it fixed properly and done from then. You'll spend more money at the start, but then it's not going to cost you anything down the line. Whereas if you cheap out at the start, I always like to wait up. I always say to people like, yeah, okay, that price, that's the price now, but what's it going to cost you in 3 years' time?
Cheap, and then expensive to fix the cheap. And whether you can just go slightly, a little bit more expensive at the start, and then you can fizzle it out. And then when it comes to sell the car, it looks exactly how you when you bought it.
Like one thing I always like to weigh up, especially with clients, is like if they don't want to spend that much money on the car at the start, like literally just weigh it up and go, okay, it costs $1,500, $2,000 at the start to probably get the car protected by us or any other detailers. But if you don't do that, well, it's going to cost you like way further down the line, because if you don't do it, you don't spend any money, you're cheap out at the start. Yeah, you'll save money now, but 2, 3, 4 years down the line, you're actually going to have to properly go in like two-step paint correction, get all the stuff done, then get it coated. And you might be spending, maybe even need a respray and things like that. You might be spending 3, 4, 5K if you need to do a respray and all this stuff. Like it literally makes, when you really sit down and look at it and just weigh it up, it makes far more sense to spend the money at the start properly, get the work done properly, so you don't have to spend more money later on.
And then when you go to sell the car looks the best when you go to sell the car. Like,
exactly.
And then you're going to go, I don't want to sell it anymore.
It looks like the same as day one.
Just get it done at the start and then enjoy that for the whole time and then put the problem in someone else's hands to then keep up with the maintenance.
A lot of people ask us like, what even is a ceramic coating? Is it like better than wax? Is it the same as wax? What's PPF? Like all these different things, which is fair enough if you don't know a lot about the cars. Like
there's levels to the shit.
There's levels to the shit. But if you don't know a lot about the cars, then it's just like, whoa, like there's so much stuff. And we always like to just say like, what's your budget? Like if you want to, if you're on a $100, $200 budget, like paste wax is going to be fine. Or even just things like that, it's going to be fine, but it's really not going to protect your car that much. Yeah, it's fully temporary. Whereas obviously the coatings is that next level, like level 2 kind of thing, where we always just like to break it down super simple. Once you apply the liquid, it hardens, it goes super hard.
Chemically bonds to your paint.
Chemically bonds to the paint. And it's literally like almost like a glass layer over your paint. That's sacrificial. So any sort of small damage is done to the coating layer, not the actual paint.
So with your like traditional wax, like spray wax or even just like little carnauba wax that you get from super cheap auto that you don't get that stuff. Anyway, it's temporary. It doesn't chemically bond to your paint. It pretty much just sits on the surface. It's really slick. Like they're good for a very short period of time. Like if you want to take your car to a car meet, chuck it on. It'll look really good, really glossy, but give it a few weeks and it's going to be completely gone.
Basically, like just putting a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah. And then when you go to work into like the SI2, the ceramic compounds, the spray ones, they're good. They sort of bond to your paint. But then again, it's only temporary. It's not like an actual sacrificial layer. It's sort of just a sheet over your paint that lasts temporary.
It'll make it glossy, make it hydrophobic, but it's not going to add any like hardness to the
You can add them on top of the ceramic coating to like prolong that, which is good because that adds another sacrificial layer on top of the sacrificial layer to protect that layer.
And you can quickly see how confusing it all starts getting. That's why we say, just weigh out what your options are. We'll lay it out to you smoothly, and then you can choose what's the best option for you.
Yeah.
But then obviously going into the coatings, like I said, like we said, actually bonds to the paint. The coatings we use is it 9H, 10H?
It's 10H.
10H hardness. Yeah. Pretty much like it sounds all scientific and whatnot, which technically is, but it's like if you had a 10H pencil, you put it to the paint and you start writing, that's not going to damage the paint.
Yeah.
But obviously if you start getting into heavier stuff, if someone keys your car, like your ex comes up and keys your car or something like that.
It's not bulletproof.
It's not going to,
That's PPF.
Yeah.
Which we're also working into at the moment, by the way.
But the ceramic coatings aren't bulletproof. So it's annoying when some people like to say, it's this thickness. We even had shout out to Auto Detailing. One of his clients say that the dealership told them that it's as thick as PPF, which is crazy.
It's as thick as their paint.
It's as thick as their paint, and their paint is already super thin, but the ceramic coating is thinner than that.
Yeah, so your paint from factory comes at like 100 to 150 microns, which is, we're not going to get into the microns, but it's relatively thick. It's getting reduced, which is horrible. Old cars have way more paint than these new cars. Yeah. Whereas the ceramic coating is like 3 microns. Yeah. Very, very thin.
So it's thin. It's thin enough to the point where you put it on the paint and enhances the gloss. It gives it protection, but it's not going to prevent it against like deeper scratches and things like that. So it's like if you're after a ceramic coating, you need to know what it actually is, what you're looking for, because it's not bulletproof. It's not going to protect against absolutely everything. But what it will protect against is like small watermarks, small swirl marks, UV damage.
UV damage is the biggest thing.
Yeah, the UV damage is the biggest thing, especially in Australia. But all that stuff that is actually like hitting your paint every single day, because it's not every day you're getting someone, big scratch your car, but every single day you're driving out in the harsh Australian weather, that is what it's going to be protecting against. So that's why we even like recommend getting ceramic coatings on top of PPF, because then that protects the PPF, that helps that last longer.
PPF can degrade,
because the PPF can degrade and things like that. But if you're looking to get your car protected, all you have to just think about is what's your budget. If you're buying a $60,000 car, even a $20,000 car,
it just makes no sense not to do anything.
And you don't want to spend a little bit extra to keep the value of that car. Like I keep saying, like the logic literally just breaks down and makes no sense for you to want to do that. So if someone buying a new car and you've already spent heaps of money, you may as well just spend a little bit more money now. Have the peace of mind knowing that an actual detailer has done it, not a dealership, and that the car and the product is actually going to last how it is. And if there is any issues, it's all covered under warranty. You just bring it back. Yeah. We get it sorted for you. There's no dramas, and your car stays protected. You stay happy, and you look schmick on the road as well.
Yeah. And even if you don't want to do the maintenance yourself, that's where our maintenance program comes in. We can just do it all for you. And you don't have to worry about anything. And then your car looks brand new when you go to sell it.
If you're someone who has already been to the dealership, you haven't seen this video first, or you got it coated a few years ago and the dealership gave you a lifetime warranty, what would be the best way for them to actually test if the car's been coated or not?
When you're washing your car, look at how it's because the difference between sheeting and water beading. Coating, ceramic coatings, water bead. So if you put some water on your car and it just kind of makes your paint look glossy and it's very flat, it's not like that's bare paint. There's no form of protection. Whereas with a coating, it beads. Like it literally it's scared of water. Like it literally flies off the paint, especially the coatings we use. It's ridiculous. Like it almost looks like you're pouring water on it. It's almost like an external power is blowing the water off the car. Like it doesn't make any sense, but it's so good. Like it's the most satisfying thing in the world. Just watch a ceramic coated car, clean a coated car.
Like even the other day when we were dropping that client's car back to his house, we were doing the pick up and drop off, and it was raining, And then
I didn't use the wipers once the whole way home. It was bucketing down rain. I was behind a truck, heaps of water come up. I didn't use the wipers once. It just flew off the
and then we get to his house and it stopped raining and the car basically looked like dry.
Yeah.
And then he sends us a video a few days later. He's so gassed up, just blowing the water like straight off the car.
Huge puddle of water on the little lip.
See if you can get the video and save it. And then, so that's sort of the main way to see if it's performing well or not. And it's blatantly obvious. Like if you just see the water sticking to the paint.
And even just look at the quality of your paint. If you're looking at your paint and the color doesn't look like the color when you bought it. If it's a red car and it looks like candy red when you bought it and it kind of looks like not
the best. Started fading.
It started fading a little bit. You're done. Like you need to get that done properly.
Yeah. And then even just like things like heavy water spots. But in saying that, obviously, if you get a ceramic coating and you haven't taken care of the car, like we keep saying, it's not going to be bulletproof. Like you can still get etching marks from batshit, bird poo.
Especially in Australia, the rain is very acidic and can leave bad water. Like it's not going to protect your car against everything.
Yeah.
You need to keep up with the maintenance. If you see water on your car and you park it out in the sun and you've got a ceramic coating, the water it's going to get water spots, but you need to get those off as soon as you can. Otherwise, it'll etch into the coating.
Because the biggest thing we see is if a coating has lasted or not lasted is it's either the coating was bad and applied by a dealership or some sort of dodgy detailer.
Even just a bad product.
Because bad product.
There's different levels to the coatings. You can have a ceramic coating, but there's completely different levels to like how good quality they are. Look them up, see where they're made, see what sort of chemistry is involved.
See what warranty.
Ask the owner and then make your decision from there.
But in saying that, like if you get a ceramic coating and you don't take care of it, then you can often void the warranty. If you're taking it to like an automatic car wash all the time, you're not maintaining it yourself and it starts failing before it's supposed to. A lot of people don't realize it's actually on them. Like they can't just pick up the car after getting it coated and expect it to do all the work and it's a set and forget. Like
that's why we have the
you need to keep on top of the maintenance. That's why we would give you the warranty and the maintenance guides. If you don't want to do that, then just call us out to do it for you. But if you're someone who's got a car that's already ceramic coated and it's starting to look like it's not doing the best, keep up with the work on your end first. If that starts bringing it back, then you know that you were the issue. But if it continues to start degrading, then that's obviously your fault. Or if you were doing all the maintenance properly and it's degrading, then you need to take it back to where you got it coated from. Actually bring it to us. We'll reset it, do it all properly, which is unfortunate, but sometimes things just happen and you
we give you all of the stuff you need when you leave with your car. It comes with a little hanger that says don't wash the car for a week because you need to let it cure. It comes with the warranty guide. It comes with a maintenance guide. And if you want to, we can also give you the supplies you need to wash the car yourself, like a wash mitt, a bucket, soap, a topper if you want, all that sort of stuff. Like we do all that stuff for you. We communicate that very clearly from the start, what's involved, how your car's going to get treated. And you pick it up looking literally far better than even from the dealership, which most people think, it's not true.
It's literally true. They literally say when they get here, far out, this looks better than when I picked it up from the dealership. And when they drop it off from the dealership, they say it looks so good.
Yeah.
And like the expectation, not even expectation, just their reaction just far exceeds what it was when they dropped it off, even though it's a brand new car. But we should probably let people know that we've found someone who can now start doing PPF. So if you're someone who's got a nice car, even just a normal car, you want to get the front end done or the whole car done, we have now found someone and got a pretty good relationship with him that can start doing our PPF. So that's something we're moving into, learn how to do it ourselves as well and move into that sort of game to literally service everyone. PPF, tint, ceramic coatings, all in the shop.
Wrapping as well soon.
Wrapping
as well.
I'm
going to wrap my personal car, like a J Rose Blue or something like that.
All in the personal shop here at Unit 41/314 Burleigh Connection Road. And that's it. We're going to keep scaling. We're going to keep pushing. Our goal is to sort of, move into the PPF, move into all the higher end work. Us sort of just be in here, doing all the work in here and have our guys go out, do the mobile work and keep on top of the maintenance and all sort of the pre-sale details and the bigger jobs like that. The smaller jobs like that. And we'll be in here doing all the bigger ones and then eventually move off the tools and move more into just management and getting things sorted that way.
So if you want to have any questions, you want to bring your car in, you want us to look at it, see what it needs, or if you just want a coating or just anything, just come in. Like we'll most likely be here. Have a question, see what you're after, see if we can help you out. More than likely we will be able to. And get you booked in on the schedule.
And 9 times out of 10, not even 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, we're not necessarily in it to be like, oh, I just want your money. We'll book you in and scam you for that. We actually want to we genuinely enjoy this. Like Jetty said earlier, we genuinely enjoy doing these cars and seeing the reactions from people. So we try and price accordingly to that. So we get paid properly, and we get paid based on the outcome of the car. So we always try and work out that. So we're not going to be the most expensive, but we're also definitely not going to be the cheapest, because we always like to say, if you're going on a date with your missus and you want a burger joint, you can go to Macca's down the road and spend a couple bucks, or you can go to a nice burger place, get it sorted, have a good experience, and walk away going, sweet, that was a good date. Same sort of thing with this. You can go to the cheap guy down the road, or in our case, a few doors down.
Or the sushi from the petrol station.
Yeah,
you
can get sushi from a petrol station, or you can get sushi from a nice restaurant. Which one's going to taste better? It's always just weighing up that, and you just got to literally break it down.
Which one's going to make your week better?
Yeah, if you're booking in a car, which one's going to make your week better, help your bank account more, is probably going with the person or the company that's got better experience with things and is actually backed by real reviews, real people, real interactions, real customers, real clients, real social proof. So yeah, we always back it with that. And yeah. All right, so that's all wrapped up. First podcast done. We'd love to get more of these going, make it sort of little series or something. Have Daniel come out and keep on top of it, because there's good experience with Daniel.
Even with the professional photography, videography side of things, we're going to have heaps more of that coming in. Better quality videos.
Yeah.
Just better quality overall.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys have got, like Teddy said before, you got your car, you're looking to get some sort of work done, just bring it down.
Or if you can't bring it in, DM us dialed. That's our new sort of slogan that we're going with. I'm sure you guys have been seeing. And we'll help you out. We'll get back to you straight away, see what you're after.
Yeah.
And more than likely, we'll get you on the schedule as soon as we can.
Or if you see us out, we've had a couple of people actually come up to us when we've been out.
At the petrol station.
Or Bunnings or things like that. Just if you recognize that, just come up and say, hi, it's cool. If you want to get a quote, just hit us up.
Not that famous yet.
We're not that famous yet, but if you see us out, don't be shy. We're not going to bite or anything. Or if you see us at a mobile job, just come up. If you're after a quote, we'll be nice friendly. We'll try and do our best to give you a nice competitive quote. And then, yeah, if you want to see more of these episodes, stay tuned and subscribe to that YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying?
He's welcome.
Hit up on the Instagram, because we're trying to hit 10K followers.
We post every day.
Easy by the end of the year. We post every day. Same with the TikTok, same with the YouTube shorts. Just hit it up, because we're trying to grow. We're trying to scale this thing. So yeah, if you want to see some young blokes from the Gold Coast
on the come up,
and yeah, you know what I'm saying, hit it up. So yeah, appreciate everyone for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.